Do you think Edward smells like RoboCop?
I don't know.
I think RoboCop is stinkier.
You think RoboCop's stinkier? No, I don't know, because RoboCop has less flesh and human bits underneath that metal suit.
How do you know what's underneath all the pleather?
You never see
Well,
it.
that's what I'm trying to say is he's wrapped in pleather and he can't even take his own clothing off. So I'm assuming that he smells worse than RoboCop. I'm willing to die on this hill.
Neither has efficient ways to pass waste. That's for sure.
Oh, I don't even. This is a bridge too far, guys. I just wanted us to start recording. I didn't want this to go this way.
Have you seen videos of those poor people who try to cosplay like characters from like Evangelion and whatnot at
In
like
the plug
anime cons
suits?
and stuff where it's just and they just squeeze their suit and like a gallon of sweat comes out.
Gross.
Like that's gotta be Edward. And he's gotta be just basting in his own juices 24/7, unable to get his suit off. He's like walking around in a garbage bag compressed to his skin.
Edward is the reason why sweatsuits were so popular in the 90s. You see how skinny that guy is? It's got to be because he's sweating all the time.
Clearly.
RoboCop was just a face and a spine, so I don't think he needed to sweat.
Well, I think RoboCop also, I think the baby food kept him plump. I think that's why he didn't lose his weight.
I guess we can start. Hey, I'm Joe.
I'm Ken.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Dan.
We're the Rewinders, rewinding movies from our childhood to see if they hold up. And this time, we cut through the beef on our family's dinner table. Or was that some other type of meat? Don't know. But we cut on through it with Edward Scissorhands, because you cut things with scissors.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, they're razor sharp scissors.
Yeah.
It's good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so that was us talking about Edward Scissorhands.
Look, guys, the movie's so long.
It is long. I will give you that.
The movie's so
It
long.
is a
We
long
didn't have
movie.
time to actually talk about the movie.
It is long, yes.
And don't you dare put that on me, Dan. I enjoyed this movie. It was difficult to watch because it was so long, and there's just so much happening. And at the end of the movie, we'll get there because that's at the end. But it does things that I do not enjoy spending my time watching.
I hear you.
You're grounded.
That's okay.
So, which ones of us saw this back in the early 90s or in their childhood?
I remember having to watch it once or twice when I was very little.
You poor kid.
Explain having to.
Yeah.
It
You're going to
was
sit down and watch Edward Scissorhands and like it.
so mom
It was
has
a Clockwork Orange situation.
Propping your eyelids open.
Mom has a group of friends that is jokingly called the High School Sisters Club, Girls Club. And it's just
All right.
friends from high school, and they all had children about the same time. So they're family friends that are basically family members, but we aren't related to them in any way, shape, or form. And one of the mothers really likes this film, and her daughter really liked this film. And one of the times we were over to keep the children busy, they put the movie on, and I got bored and went outside. I remember sitting and watching this being like, I don't care about what is happening in this film.
I could see parts of that, yes. Agreed.
As I am
Anyways.
in my early 10s of age, I'm thinking, I mean, this was decades ago at this point, guys.
How do you not remember this?
I remember bits and pieces, and I'm just like, I remember this scene. I remember this scene. I don't remember what's going on here. Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah, I looked at this time and tried to contemplate where I was in my headspace in 1990. So we had just moved as a family from one place to another. So I think I was trying to figure out who I was as a person again, as a young child person.
Just like Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, I guess.
Could have been relatable.
I'm going to say it wasn't, but
How much latex were you wearing?
not enough.
Okay, probably not relatable then.
I remember that I watched it and was curious because I was enjoying what I was seeing, but at the same time, I wasn't quite understanding why things were happening and why things existed weirdly. It was kind of a like I had to keep watching it till I wrapped my head around it kind of situation. And then, now I own this movie. And then, now I like this movie because I keep watching it kind of thing.
Stockholm syndrome yourself.
Or you gave it a chance and let it marinate a little bit.
Gave it a chance. That's fair.
Sometimes you have to think about things.
Yeah.
I will turn down the negativity.
You can keep your negativity up, Dan. That's like your place here.
No,
It's your
because I
brand.
kind of liked I liked this film. It just, it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely in my household. This and Beetlejuice and Batman were like big staples of my household. And my sister watched this movie a lot. I don't know. My sister was always watching this and had fondness for it. My family had fondness for it. So I grew up with Edward Scissorhands. I loved it.
All right. For those of you who have not seen Edward Scissorhands, because it's now 90, 2000, 2010, 2020, 35-ish years
Oh,
old.
God.
I was going to say 15. Dang it.
Man.
God. Oh, God. So if you haven't seen
Technically
it,
36.
crazy man up on the mountain has a huge scary mansion, but he's like a super nice
That
guy.
man has a name, Joe, and it's Vincent Price.
That's not his
Legendary
character's name.
Vincent Price.
So he's up there. He's got like, I'm going to do things the Pee Wee Herman way, but weirder.
Vincent Price's actor doesn't actually have a name. He's just the inventor.
Shut up, Dan.
So he has a song for him from Coldplay that exists, right? I'm not wrong in saying that.
Oh, you're making me look at the internet.
Anyway, moving on.
Is it the scientist?
Oh, the inventor. Yeah.
Oh, it was a scientist. Oh, not the inventor. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I was close.
Oh, okay. I see.
So he's up there. He's making machines that do simple tasks, but they're outrageously built. And he's making cookies, and he gets the idea from holding a cookie heart up to one of the random machines he turns to that happens to be man-shaped, because they're all man-shaped, because someone has a problem. And this one has scissors, and it's cutting, forever cutting iceberg lettuce for some reason. He needs a ton
Maybe
of
the guy
chopped
just likes
lettuce.
chopped salads.
So he holds the heart up and goes, Why do I have a machine chopping salad for me when I could have a real boy with scissors hands chopping lettuce for me? And so he sets down the path, makes a young adult boy, and puts scissors on his hands because the hands will come later. And oopsie, I waited too long and now I'm dead. And I left the boy automaton scissored hand young man alone up on the scary mountain home. And that's when the lady from down below comes up because she's so desperate for a sale. And if he had money, I'm sure she could have made a sale. But he had no money, so he was deer in headlight boy, and she was like, you need a family, sort of, and brought him down from the scary mansion into the what I would consider an even scarier suburb, but that's just me. Very colorful, very uniform, full of horny housewives.
Full of? I mean, there's only one.
They all are. Don't you?
I would say
believe
one
it
is
for a minute.
better
They
labeled
all-
as a predator. We could give her that.
Yeah,
name.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
there we go. So upon bringing him down to the neighborhood, they find, oh, he can do this cool stuff. Yay! Cool thing number one of this weird different person. Cool thing number two that this weird not normal that we would consider normal person can do that's cool. And it starts piling up all these like really cool things that he can do, that he can provide services, that he could provide things to the people around them. Their lives can be better, including him. And then it reaches the point where, now people want to use him and his services and his skills to get ahead in the world and make money. And when he doesn't exactly go along with it, not because he's wouldn't want to make money, he just is scared, then they start going, well, if he's not going to do this with me, he's not going to do this with anyone kind of attitude, and then starting the lies and the misrepresentations and the slander. And soon the outsider, the one who is different from the rest, is now outcast from society, blamed for things that are not what he's doing, and then run out of town. And then there's also a 1980s bully villain in this film that gets murdered in the end because
he deserves every second of that.
He's an asshole. I'm not going to say he deserves to be murdered.
He was going to kill Edward. It was in self-defense.
God damn, he's an asshole. And boy, does that not play well. There's a lot of things that I had me kind of jazzed up in the wrong ways watching this film this time round.
I think Anthony Michael Hall just got tired of being a dork and a nerd, and he just finally snapped. I think that's what happened in this movie.
That's who that is.
He did a good job being the 1980s bully villain.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody who watches this movie hates him with a passion.
as you should.
For good reason.
Yup.
He made his friend Chunk drive. That's terrible. He's a terrible human.
Yeah. So they all chase him out. He stays up in the castle forever, making it snow, and everyone dies below him. And that's how the movie ends.
Not everyone. The main love interest who she's still alive.
In the process.
She is the narrator.
There's a timeline here. You make it sound like it was instantaneous. Like he retreats up to his castle and everybody is just dead.
Yeah, he had a nuke buried in the backyard.
What do you think that snow was?
That was asbestos.
It's
totally
raining
asbestos.
down on everybody.
It was asbestos.
Yeah, that's a great synopsis, Joe. And there's some parallels happening in real life right now, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Whee!
Here's a unique individual with unique skills that we don't know about. That's really cool. Let's welcome him to society. Oh wait, he's not going to help me make money. Well, I hate him now. Get out of here. He's taking my job.
Yeah. Scapegoat. Anyway, so it's a good movie.
It's a very good movie.
I'm confused by you guys saying it's long.
I don't think it's very
It
long.
is a long
I think as a child
movie.
it felt long.
It did not pass the test that I have of, I have to look at the time, how much time is left. That point was an hour and 10 minutes into the film.
I am not on that
And I looked
boat.
and there was a whole half hour after that.
I think it was about the same for me.
I am not on the
No,
boat
it's
this
longer
time.
than that.
I'm on
It's
the
a
dock.
2-hour movie.
I'm on the dock.
Maybe
I'm
longer.
with you, Andrew. I think this movie's it has a trajectory, and then it builds, and then just
Thanks.
bam, finishes.
I would agree. It just keeps on building until it doesn't even tip over. It like slams down.
So what was the thing that made the pacing not good for you guys, Ken or Dan?
It's an hour and 45 minutes. Holy shit. It felt longer. It felt like 2.5 hours. Gosh. I don't know, it keeps going. You're correct in saying it builds. They had a whole lot of like, here's positive. And
The flip to negatives, that's the pacing for all the positive stuff felt natural. But when it flips over to all of the bad shit happening, it happens so fast.
I appreciated it at that point because I didn't want to dwell in
I didn't want there to be negatives at all. I was really kind of hoping that, Edward would just be a happy robot man.
Well, he wasn't going to. And at the end of the movie, when he's doing the ice sculpture and he's making it snow, you're like, oh, that's right. This is a narrated movie about why it snows.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice that the movie is engaging enough where you forget the entire first synopsis of like, this is her telling a story about what's going on. But regardless of whether or not positive, I enjoyed the positives. I really enjoyed him existing. The one guy saying, hey, if anyone tells you got a handicap, they're wrong. I didn't enjoy when the same guy came later and called him a disabled freak or whatever.
Specifically.
Yeah. There's a lot of good society pieces in this movie that call people out, and I love that. Yeah. I really, really love that.
It just seems to take a while to go. Like, first he's trimming topiaries, and then there's a big space. It felt like a big space to me. And then he's trimming hair, and then a big space. And
the hair and the topiaries are right on top of each other.
It felt like a lot of time in between for me. I don't know why. And then he's going to the bank to try to get a loan, but the bank's like, oh, you don't actually exist, which is
fair.
Perfectly responsible for the bank.
I also love the bank. Just the visual of the bank being this huge slate building that only has 3 windows, and all the windows have
bars on them,
shutters on them.
Yep.
And the only way you know what the building is are the block letters over the door that just say
single
bank.
door. It's not a set of double doors. It is a single door.
So cool, because like the suburb is so colorful. It's just like pops, and then you go to the bank and it's gross, morose. It's the big wall that's going to block. I mean,
look, it is the embodiment of capitalism, a cold, emotionless wasteland that sucks the happiness out of people. It's also where the denouement starts. I believe that's how that word works.
Using a big
the climax
word
of the movie where he starts taking the negative. I saw it on Clerks once. It's where the negativity starts in the movie. He can't get the bank, and like you said, Joe, he can't get the loan, and he stops being a capitalistic dream for people, and the opinions of him start to drop. So he tries to do a bank heist for the 1980s.
He didn't do it for the money. They told him a lie.
Yeah, that was not a heist in any means for him.
He did the number one cardinal sin of safe cracking. He went into the safe. Mind you, he hadn't watched The Italian Job at that point, so he wouldn't know. It wasn't, well, actually, no, there probably was an original
He watched
Italian
that Christmas
Job.
movie that we watched, and then he was like, yeah, I'm going to have like 5 minutes before the door shuts.
Absolutely. They're just going to stay open forever, but nah. And his silly little scissor hands can't unlock the door on the other side, the little turn thingy. There's a lot of real fun, whimsical things like that in the movie. And if you're not surrounded by a ton of negativity in the world, perhaps the negatives of the movie can be less of a focus and more of a, hey, this is where the movie has to happen because society kind of sucks. And I don't know, it just felt like a long movie, especially the first watch for me. That said, I love the whimsical inventor nature. My first thought was, oh, he's an inventor, so he invented life. I don't think that's how it works. I don't think every parent can say, I'm an inventor. Look at my child, I invented them.
But it's okay for Pinocchio.
Oh, we're gonna.
Yeah.
Having never seen the movie, I didn't know he was a robot.
He's a wooden boy, but he's still invented by his dad.
I didn't know.
He wants a boy so
bleeds.
bad.
He's not a robot.
That's true. That's true.
So, like, he's got scars and stuff. You go into the movie, you got yourself a Edward Scissorhands played by Johnny Depp with scars on face, and says real flesh, which means you go into the movie like, oh, how does he get scissors for hands? Was he born that way? Blah, blah, blah. And so when they say the great invention, I'm like, his great invention is a baby. That's not how it works. But it turns out it's actually he invented a boy. It was a weird thought I had. I deleted it from my notes, but I thought it was funny.
I like that outside of his immediate adopted family, the only other, and I'm going to say character that doesn't turn on Edward are the dogs.
Oh, true.
There's a dog that just comes right up when everyone else wants his head and just like, oh, thanks, lick, bye. It's like, yep, the dog's like, nah, man, you're cool.
Is that the dog at the end of the driveway after
where he snips
I
the
feel
hair.
like that's just another. This dog
Yep.
wanted
It wasn't
something,
the same dog as
and
earlier.
then Edward did the thing, and then after the dog got what Edward.
That's the Dan we all know and love. Tear that dog down.
Yeah, that dog can't be good.
To be fair, I was like, oh, the dog likes him. He gets snipped, and then the dog's like, all right, I got other things to sniff. I was like, you know what? That's very much like a dog. A dog will make you feel real good and then shit on you right away.
Exactly. I want to cuddle with you. I'm going to jump up the second I can, and I'm not coming back. That's what I'm used to.
I say that jokingly. Dogs are wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll also say, yeah, the policeman also did the right thing in trying to make it seem like he may have shot Edward or whatever, just try to assuage the crowd, even though he knows
the
that
cop knew.
He refused to lie. I
liked that.
It was an interesting police officer here. Like, he shot the gun in the air, and then it's like, when they came out, he's like, where is he? He's like, the problem has been dealt with. He didn't say he's dead. He trusted the townspeople to be smart enough to be like, oh, gunshots, it's been dealt with. He doesn't want to say for our delicate sensibilities that he's dead. So let's just assume that, go back home.
But they're horrible people, and they need to see the body themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Until someone else tells them it's been dealt with, and then they go, oh, okay, that's 2 times people told me he's been dealt with, and we're gonna accept this now.
To be fair, I'd be probably in that crowd, not to cause a ruckus like that, more so to be curious what it's like up at the big house.
Sure.
What is going on up there? I've heard stories.
That is a
Ghosts.
very, very easily house marked to be condemned. Why anybody would go anywhere near it is a question.
As Joe's saying, the house, less scary than the suburbs. The house has all the air going through the walls. The suburb has all that hot air blowing on in the inside.
I like that analogy. I
Ah.
like that. I do say I enjoy the whimsy of the suburb, though. I wish there was more color in life. I like the colored cars, the colored houses, just the aesthetic. It's nice. Everything's gray,
Color's
and
very
white
nice.
and black now. It sucks.
It's winter in Wisconsin. That's what
Yeah,
happens.
but even if it wasn't winter, like everything, like you look at McDonald's, everything is meant for equity. Private equity firms to take over buildings if they fail. You had McDonald's, which is whimsical, it's fun, it's meant to look like something that a kid would love. And what happened to it? Same with Starbucks and everything else. Everything turned into nondescript square buildings that have gray aesthetic. And that's because if they fail, the retail or the
landowner, the building owner.
Yes, thank you. The landowners, the whatever word I'm trying to think of for that, they have the ability to take that spot back over immediately, paint over the logos, and then it's ready to go for anybody else who wants to buy it. It's not some wild, wacky looking building that everybody knows and loves. It could just easily be rented out for somebody else, a new tenant to come in. And it's
not a Tim Shields or whatever that is in Green Bay, where it's like, what the hell was this thing before it was a Japanese hibachi place?
Right.
A combination Hardee's and tax form place.
Yep. All the old Pizza Hut buildings turned into things.
Look at the supposed design for Cracker Barrel. The new Cracker Barrel.
Oh, yes, the Cracker Barrel
they
stuff.
pulled all of the fun old farm equipment and
Shit off the
signs
walls,
and
yeah.
off the walls. They redid the floor to be white linoleum. The seating is all gray leather. There's no whimsy.
They tried to Red Robin.
Yeah.
And they also changed the logo from having a man with a,
the barrel,
the barrel,
the
and
Cracker Barrel.
Literally just to be a yellow square with Cracker Barrel in font, and that's it.
Simplicity, man. There's something about simplicity.
So yes.
Oh, they changed it
They did
back.
change it back. The backlash was extreme, and Cracker Barrel actually listened.
It's wild what some people choose to get crazy upset
I know.
about.
We have situations going on right now in this country that could definitely use some rallying. But no, let's rally to change the Cracker Barrel logo back because values.
Yo.
Oh, it hurts to say that out loud. It really, really hurts.
The one thing about that neighborhood, though, even though everyone's very colorful, everyone has this huge personality, holy hell, do they do nothing to wrangle in teenagers that are acting out, driving drunk, having parties that they're returning from. drunk again. I mean,
Yeah.
this bully character just no
This
one
was the
did
80s.
anything.
This was the late 80s,
That kid
Joe.
just was allowed to be an asshole.
I want to point out a scene that fits what you're talking about, Joe. And this time I don't know what it is. I've seen it a million times and I love this movie so much, but for whatever reason, this is the time where it actually stuck out to me and it's like, holy shit. It's where clearly Edward is being bullied. He leaves. Clearly his daughter is shouting at this bully to leave their yard and has an issue. And Alan Arkin's coming down the ladder with the rolled up snow and just could not give a shit less.
Yep.
He is in his own little world whistling his Christmas tunes. He even goes up to his daughter, doesn't even really like have an interaction with her. Just like, oh, yep, I'll go take a look. I'll find him. I'll bring him back. And it's like, okay. That sets it up beautifully because he didn't even come down and be like, hey, what's going on here? Or, hey, why are you upset? Or anything along those lines to try to be like understanding of the situation that's unfolding down below's roof. And that does show the blissful ignorance.
Edward just walked off on his own.
Runs. Edward runs away, and he's up there on the roof. Sees him, is like, oh, I guess that's just what he's going to be doing now.
Yeah, where are you going?
Weird time of night to go for a run, but okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it really shows that in some cases, people will put on blinders just to stay in a
Blissful state.
view that they can feel that is, okay, I have control over this kind of thing. The security, if I put on blinders, I have security. If I don't see what's happening over there and I ignore it, then it's not going to happen here.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I didn't expect for this movie to hit me so many ways with everything going on right now. Like, it's just, what a topical
Like I said,
movie.
this agitated me. I got agitated by the way certain characters acted, and it was a way that I never responded to this movie before.
Yeah, I'm feeling that now.
Just a like rewatching for the very first time kind of thing for me, with like spots of scenes of from memory, but like, yeah, lots of character decisions that just made me angry.
Yeah.
So that is interesting. I know we always save it for the end of the episode, but like, does this movie hold up? It absolutely does. They purposely chose a time frame with all the color and stuff that is familiar and an accepted timepiece for movies, and even did like the stylized 1950s futuristic what Fallout could have been if they didn't drop the bombs world. So like, it doesn't necessarily have to be modern. It's just, it still brings forth the fact that like these problems always exist. And it definitely still encapsulates the essence of humanity and the mob rule mindset. It's wild how relatable the movie can be.
Yeah.
But the thing that was a push too far for me, the grandma.
That
I originally could not accept the grandma. I today will not accept the grandma. Get a grandma actor in there. Don't slap on makeup on
Winona
what's her name and make
Ryder?
her go, hey, I'm an old lady.
Her
No,
voice. I
get
think
an
it's
old
the
lady
voice
in there.
that-
Give her some
I think
work.
it's the voice that upsets me. Everything else about her performance as an older version of her is great. I just really think it's just that voice.
Look, man,
Gets under my skin
just-
every time.
I hate it's the
some people exercise their voices. Not everyone can be RFK in their old age.
Ooh. Yeah. Valid point. Valid point.
Joe. I think it's your theater
On the
background.
flip side, though, I love the room.
Oh, the girl's room with the giant ass bed. The fact that she's like
Yeah.
buried in a metric ton of pillows.
And the ceiling is like 2 floors up. It's this huge, nonsensical sized like room. It's awesome. I love it.
Of course, it's got to be
What
a
about the
waterbed.
waterbeds?
It has to be a waterbed.
Yeah. Everyone's got waterbeds.
Well, especially if it's a movie about
it
a
was
man with
actually
sharp
the time of
fingers.
waterbeds.
It just makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
My parents had one. That's how I broke my wrist the first time.
So did the stuffed animal plug the bed? So the first time he is near the bed, he pokes the bed and then puts the stuffed animal on top of the water hole as if to cover it up, right?
I like to think that.
And then later in the movie, he is sleeping
I know.
in that water bed with water in it, obviously,
Yep.
because she comes home and he stabs it like a...
I had the same reaction, and I'd like to think that Alan Arkin fixed it in between scenes, like slap some duct tape on it or something. I don't know.
Probably didn't even like put two and two together. He's like, oh, this got a hole. This happens. Slaps a patch on
They
it, calls it
made
good.
patches. You had to use a hairdryer to apply them.
Which I didn't know this about waterbeds because I never had one. I knew one friend whose parents had one, but I didn't know that they had heaters, which makes sense because I guess sleeping on
Cold water.
cold water is awful.
You also had to burp them
Yeah.
every once in a while.
And
Yes.
put them outside and drain them and everything else like that. Just, I guess there's like a whole maintenance regimen I didn't think about for water.
Oh, yeah. And also, you're talking about a lot of weight. You had to make sure that your floors could handle all that
Yes.
extra water weight
Yes.
sitting on top of it.
Yes.
So, like, you'd orient your bed to be within, like, the same as the rafters above or something. I don't exactly remember how the bed orientation worked into it. But you had to pay attention to how that happens. Otherwise, you're putting undue stress on all your rafters. You had to make sure you got it on the right
It's like putting
bias or whatever.
It's like putting a hot tub inside your house without planning ahead.
Yeah, or on a deck.
And I hear all these wonderful stories too of spouses that plop into bed not thinking about it and launching their significant others into orbit. So there's that too. Like, I love it.
Whole story that is tied to that is how I broke the first bone in my body when I was a kindergartner.
Oh, wow.
You jumped into your partner's waterbed?
No, mom and dad had a waterbed. It sprung a terminal leak, so instead of throwing it out, they patched it to the point where they could fill it with air, and then my sister and I would play on it outside.
Ah, okay. And get the most use out of it while you can. Keep, waste not, want not, right?
Hell
In
yeah.
today's disposable
Everything.
everything, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
My oven doesn't always work properly, but I can't replace it. I don't want to replace it because if I replace it, I'm going to replace it with something that's going to break in 5 years rather than have this one that sometimes works weird.
Yup.
Like, hey, let's keep on using this weird working oven because it works. Not designed to fail. Yay! Gosh, something fun from this movie. Hurry up quick. I think we hit all.
did.
I didn't. Did I even take
I
notes?
took notes.
I think from childhood, I'm still confused as to what the hell ambrosia salad is, and I've never had it. I know it's in The Sims as well, but I've never had ambrosia salad.
It is an amorphous recipe. Ambrosia salad was kind of whatever you wanted it to be. It was something sweet.
Oh,
It was usually whipped cream based. One of the food TikTokers, Dylan Hollis did it, I think.
oh, I know. Dylan
that guy.
Hollis. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's ambrosia of the gods, which is another dessert, but is not ambrosia salad. Oh God, now I gotta look it up. Oh,
It's fine. Did you guys see the Charizard gargoyle?
No. Oh, yes. I liked that. It very clearly was like paper mache, and I appreciated it so much.
But it also looked like a Charizard well before Charizard existed.
Oh,
was like-
Nintendo, what do you have to say for yourselves?
Interesting.
Retroactive lawsuit.
Yeah, right? Nobody's allowed to watch Edward Scissorhands anymore.
They're owed X millions per year that movie's been around.
Yep.
I mean, Nintendo would definitely do it,
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
even though it's not their IP at
I
that
think-
point.
I think two things, I don't know if we're quite there, but two things that always bothered me, not really bothered me, but they made me feel uncomfortable, were the scene where he drinks the alcohol with
the lemonade.
the lemonade, if you will. Yes.
Really dark lemonade.
The sound and the way he reacts always scared me as a kid.
Sure.
And then obviously the whole like hair cutting scene with the predator neighbor that scared the shit out of me as a kid too. It just felt weird. It made me feel weird inside those two scenes.
As it turns out, it's weird.
Yeah, a little.
So, like, one difference for me from being a kid and now is when I was a kid, those press-on nails that are super long, I didn't think much of them, didn't care about them. But now, like, I have it's one of those things that drives me insane. Like, why do you want those? Why would you are making everything in your life harder by having those. They don't look good, and it makes your life harder. What are you doing?
You watch out there, Joe. I'm just kidding. They definitely make your life harder. They are definitely difficult. I think a lot of people see it as like a status because, hey, your hands are useless. Now all of a sudden somebody else has to do things for you.
Oh, that's
I guess.
interesting take. I like that.
Or at least, that's how it starts. And then other people are like, hey, look at that person. That's really cool. I like them. And look at their nails. I want to do that too.
And then in the future, you can get that little thing and you go boop, boop,
Oh,
and
that
change
would
all
be
your nail colors.
like the makeup in
That would
Fifth
be-
Element. Just puts it up to her eyes. And, oh, man. Future.
But the longer nails, you can get more art on there. You can get
Yeah.
more intricate with your art patterns.
Right. Well, I mean, they actually had something like that, don't they? No, they do. They do. They have a 3D nail printing machine that's at certain targets around the country, I guess, and they have been for years.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been to one that has one, and I probably won't since I'm not really going to Target anymore. But yeah, it's just yeah.
Printing, painting. Yeah, they do that. I don't know how much I trust it, but
I don't either.
I assume that would just be like shooting down some liquid at your fingers. So I'd give it a go if I was around it.
Same.
Just go to a salon where they do it by hand and you're paying a professional.
No.
That involves talking to people who are going to be very judgmental.
Yeah.
I've seen Edward Scissorhands. I know how women can be.
Exactly. And how are we
I
going
kid.
to fulfill the billionaire's dream of having nobody have jobs anymore because robots are going to take over all the physical labor. AI is going to take over all the smart brainy brain labor. We just get to sit around.
So isn't Vincent Price the bad guy? Vincent Price is the bad guy then, because he made automatons before even the Tesla dumb automatons that don't really even exist. Or that Indian people that remotely operate robots.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I keep thinking about it. It's just like if the entire goal here is to replace humans because they're too expensive to work, who's going to keep funneling money into the companies that are making the things to replace the humans? If we don't have money to spend because we don't do jobs, what are we just living off of government subsidies?
yeah.
But then we're not going to get government subsidies because that's like the one thing governments hate to give out, or at least our government despises to give out.
I was saying
don't
the
get
government
it.
run by the oligarchs. Yeah, they're not going to give away money because they work so hard to get that money by exploiting labor. And
Yeah, so if you get rid of all of the how does this benefit anybody except for the? Well, I guess I answered my own question out loud. Now I feel a little sad inside. Wow.
yeah,
Oh,
it's things we
yeah.
can't necessarily think about.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Or, we could always strike like that one movie, 1992 Walt Disney Classic. Gosh, such a good
I don't
movie.
follow.
That's all right.
No idea what you're talking about there, Ken. We're just going to move on. Senior hinty
I'm assuming
droppy.
you mean Batman Returns
Yeah.
or
Absolutely.
Oh no,
No.
Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. That's what you're talking about.
Uh,
Yeah.
No, we've already done Batman Returns. That was a real good movie.
or Billy Elliot.
I got strong Batman Returns vibes when this movie started. I was
Yes.
like, yay, Batman.
Yeah.
That
the
is probably my
opening
biggest
credit-
thing is Danny Elfman.
Does such a good job.
Yes, you get that Danny Elfman Batman Returns Christmassy feeling right off the bat. And Danny Elfman's score, even all these years later, I think you mentioned 30 something years there, Joe.
Yeah.
It
30
still
36.
invokes an emotion in me that brings me to the point of wanting to cry, but not quite there. Because it's just such a damn beautiful score.
Yeah.
And Danny Elfman has that effect. He blends nostalgia with beauty and serenity. It's just so much going on with the soundtrack that it's another one of those John Williams moments. If this movie did not have Danny Elfman's score, it would be a wildly different movie. Like you take John Williams out of Jaws, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, those movies are different. You can't say that about every movie. This movie and a lot of Tim Burton movies, if you take out the Danny Elfman, it's wildly different.
The term is Burton-esque.
Burtonesque? I like Burtonesque.
He's got a formula. He follows it when he makes his films.
I don't know.
When he doesn't follow it when he makes his films, those films are not good.
I was going to mention, like, I don't know what it is. I yearn for the classic Tim Burton movies of old, because there was a point in time where, like, it was just hit after hit, his style. So Pee-wee obviously was more so Paul Rubin, but he was there, and it was his wackiness because it's like Tim Burton, you know, he's obviously going to be the right director. Then you have Beetlejuice, and it's like, holy shit, this director can really do something when he does it on his own. Followed up by Edward Scissorhands. Holy shit, this director's really good. He's doing great. Then you got Batman Returns. It's like, okay, that's amazing, but maybe a little too scary for the kids. And then, I don't know, Big Fish is good too, and a couple other ones, but
Big Fish is so good.
I miss Tim Burton when Tim Burton was being Tim Burton and doing his own, like, non-adapted works. I don't know.
Something that was his own idea and not an existing IP.
Exactly. Like, even Nightmare Before Christmas, which he didn't direct, that movie is fantastic. It's got so many different things and feels coming from it.
So you're not a fan of Sleepy Hollow?
Oh, no. I love
Sleepy Hollow.
I love Sleepy Hollow.
Well, that goes against everything you just said.
I know it does. I know it does. But damn, is that a good movie? I don't give a shit. That is... I will sit here...
We're here to appreciate good films. And
watch really bad ones and torture you with them.
Yeah. Or, like, you know, Mars Attacks is like a middle ground because it's like meeting in the middle. It was a trading card thing that he adapted into a movie and, you know, added his whimsy to.
Maybe I should watch that one.
You haven't watched Mars Attacks?
I was too busy watching Manos Hands of Fate.
Oh.
For the 15th time.
I've only watched that once, and that was hard.
What was the other card? Was it Dinosaurs Attack at the same time? It was two 80s cornball trading cards that came out. Yeah, Dinosaurs Attack. You had Dinosaurs Attack and you had Mars Attacks. You had those two trading cards coming out in the 80s. And the Dinosaurs Attack, scientists open a portal that brings dinosaurs back from the past to the future. And they basically just, like, phase into existence, and they start, like, the cards are ridiculous. It's like dinosaurs, like, eating children out of a school bus, like it's like a lunchbox. You know, there's, like, dinosaurs at baseball games and things like that. Like, I think there's even one of, like, a wedding where, like, a triceratops is goring the bride and everybody's freaking out and running away, and it was just this wild concept. And then, of course, they eventually try to undo it, and they open a portal to hell. So there's, like, hell dinosaurs. And then you have Mars Attacks, which is exactly what you expect. It's, you know, aliens come, make contact, and everything goes to hell. And I guess what happened was Tim Burton was set to do Dinosaurs Attack until Big Kid on the Street Jurassic Park was in production. And he's like, oh, well, can't have two dinosaur movies at the same time. And he went on to make Mars Attacks. I yearn for this crazy concept Tim Burton movie where there's just dinosaurs bursting into schools and eating children. Just pterodactyls flying.
It would have to be very irrational.
Yes.
Like, the dinosaurs aren't accurate. Don't worry about it.
No, that's exactly how it is. Because the cards, that's how they show them. You have stuff like herbivores that are like 5 times the size of a school bus, like Godzilla size, eating children out of a bus, and they're herbivores. You have stuff like the 1950 style T-Rex, like with a I don't know, like a long neck dinosaur toppling over like the Tower of Pisa and things like that.
I would watch this.
It's absurdity. Like you got a Titanoboa wrapping itself around the Statue of Liberty, knocking it over. I'm looking at a card right now. I need this, and it's not fair that we were robbed of this. It hurts. It actually hurts.
You got one of your favorite movies of all time instead.
I know. And I know that in some other existence, in some other plane, some other version of me got to see this movie where there's a child with a bazooka firing around through a Ceratosaurus, protecting her baby brother in a stroller. And I yearn for that version of me. I really do.
God, imagine if we would have gotten that instead of Jurassic Park.
I know.
We could have whatever that is world.
Because we saw what he did with Mars Attacks. Or at least Joe and I did. Mars Attacks is pretty damn faithful to what was on the cards. So knowing that these could have been actual scenes in a movie, I'm filled with sadness.
Hell, I'm surprised they haven't done a sequel to Mars Attacks.
I don't think it did well. I really don't.
Not well enough for that.
I mean, it had a lot of
not.
big names, and I growing up, I loved Mars Attacks. I really, really did, and I watched it again recently, like a few years ago, and I still love it. But I just don't think it did well.
Well, for this movie, how has it changed for those of you who watched it before and watched it now? I kind of spoke on that a little bit, but how about everyone else? Has it changed?
I feel like it's only gotten better for me personally. I hold these loftily up as my Tim Burton centerpieces. You like movies? You like wacky stuff? You like Tim Burton? Maybe here, Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands. Enjoy. These are staples of the '80s and nonconformity. Enjoy.
I like to suggest not Tim Burton movies for Tim Burton. Like, oh, you like Tim Burton? Coraline.
Coraline's not Tim Burton.
It's a
I
good
know.
movie,
You're a
though.
liar.
I
You're a
know.
liar.
Corpse Bride.
Corpse Bride.
too?
I actually watched Corpse Bride for the first time.
That's really good.
This year. Corpse Bride is one where people have told me for decades that it's okay. So I was always like, oh, I'm going to watch it. It's okay. Oh, I guess I won't. And then I finally just said screw it and watched it this year, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I don't know. I don't know what I expected of it. I think I expected too much.
Yeah.
I was expecting like Nightmare Before Christmas level enjoyment.
But that wasn't directed by
Oh,
Burton, so
here's-
you wouldn't know.
No, but it was the same art design, and I didn't know better.
Here's a sticking point
Monster.
for maybe some people. I liked Corpse Bride a whole lot more than I liked Nightmare Before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas, I like the aesthetics, but I did not care for the movie.
I'm not going to stop you from liking the things you like.
I didn't watch Nightmare until I was in my mid-20s, maybe late 20s. That was the first time I got to see it. And I liked it. And I've maybe gone on to watch it 2 more times. I like it. I like the things about it. But Ken, I'm going to agree with you, and this is going to cause some real problems. But I liked Corpse Bride more. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back and watch it again. Maybe I was just not in a good headspace.
Right.
You guys like it so much.
Well, I've only watched both of them once.
I will accept that I was wrong. I'm not going to stand here and be like,
Well,
no, I'm just I'm
What I
just an
will say,
asshole and I
what I
hate
will
everything.
say is the music for Nightmare Before Christmas, though, is hands down better. Because the music for Nightmare Before Christmas is iconic. It's Danny Elfman at his best. It's incredible. The songs give feeling, a lot of feeling.
And also, we did start off saying that by hot take, because we both know that is an unpopular opinion.
It's a very unpopular opinion, yes.
Like, it's a Nightmare Before Christmas is beloved by a lot of people for good reason. It doesn't strike the right chord storyline with me. Much like this movie, I really don't like when people get like people, and having to sit through and watch people be horrible is not how I want to
To each
spend
other
my
and
time.
to other people, yeah. Don't want to deal with that.
Which is where I'm really glad that was a very short part of the movie, even though you can kind of feel the fakeness of the people every time they're interacting with people throughout the entirety of the movie, which might be why this movie feels so long to me. Is because you're just watching these people be fake nice to everyone, these people, just because they have their own curiosity, their own, ooh, I want to be in on this juicy gossip. And it just feels like people being mean to people the entirety of the movie. And it's just, that's the sort of thing that I do not enjoy watching.
Icky. It is icky. I don't like it. I've never liked that kind of storytelling. It just, I mean, I guess that's by the design. Like, you're supposed to not want to sit through that. But like, it's not good. And I think what gets me with this film is that we get all of this ugliness and we don't get a truly good ending. We get a sad ending.
I mean, yes and no. The
Yeah.
monster gets to live, so that's a good part of the ending. But at the same point, it's not happy with resolution, where people have realized the problems of their ways and change. But that's also an exact correlation.
I was going to say, not exactly.
It's a parallel to real life society. It's not everybody's going to change and suddenly there's harmony.
Everyone in the mob, all the terrible people, are awful. There's the mom who refuses to give up on Edward's a good kid, And I really do like her for that in this entire movie. She was great. The other person who had growth, who matters throughout this, is the narrator, Winona Ryder.
I was going to say the daughter,
who starts off, he's terrifying, he's weird, this is strange. And then as she exists with him, slowly starts to accept what he is and how he exists. And at the end of the movie is like, it's really unfortunate we have to have this, but at least I have the snow as a reminder that there's beauty in scary things.
Fair. Yeah. This has nothing beneficial to add. I was just saying on the random side note with our conversation between Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride, because Nightmare is not directed by Tim Burton. It was Tim Burton's story and ideas and character design, but it wasn't actually directed by him. It was directed by Henry Selick. And I was like, well, where does the line actually draw here? And I realized how much I actually enjoy Henry Selick, because holy shit, Coraline, Nightmare Before Christmas. I loved Wendell and Wild. That was something that came out on Netflix back in 2022. Fantastic movie.
Let's go back and watch that. Never heard of it.
Oh, it's good. James and the Giant Peach. And then I've never seen it, but Monkey Bone, it's got Brendan Fraser. I'll give that a shot. But
Monkey Bone is vulgar.
I expect as much.
Just a heads up.
From the trailers.
How did this get made? Just dropped their Monkey Bone episode. I literally listened to it right before starting this podcast. It sounds batty.
Good.
Not as batty as Mono's Hands of Fate.
Oh, no. Manos Hands of Fate is an awful movie. It is boring and not really great. And you'll end up saying something about Master wouldn't approve a lot.
Torgo.
Because Torgo insists on saying that about 300 times.
Fucking love Torgo.
I'm not familiar with this film, and now I'm looking into it. What in the hell?
It's awful.
Watch it using Mystery Science Theater, and it'll be okay.
Yeah. All right.
It'll be acceptable.
I didn't have access to the Mystery Science Theater when I was sitting down and be like, nope, I'm going to watch this movie.
It's probably on YouTube.
It was a bad choice.
Shouldn't have done it.
Anyway, would you recommend this movie,
Would I
Edward
recommend
Scissorhands?
Edward Scissorhands, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, I would. I can also recognize that it is probably a movie not for everyone, because there's a lot of people who just like, I don't want to have to think when I watch a movie. I just want to sit down and enjoy it. And if that's the type of person they are, I wouldn't recommend it.
I also feel like it's a good counterculture holiday movie. You toss this on during Christmas, even if it's in the background. It's nice versus just always throwing on the same old movies.
Right, it's a Christmas movie. It came out December 14th, which means it's only like 25 years old, Dan.
And it has fake snow.
It's only been like a month into this year.
30, 35,
So 35.
30, 36,
15.
35.
Hut. Football!
Sports.
No, Dan's giving his
Locker
shapes.
combination?
He's a
My
35,
reminder
36,
that
35.
we're all getting old and we're all going to die.
He's doing his best take on, oh gosh, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
You want nihilism? I can give you nihilism.
But anyways, yeah, I'd recommend this movie. I didn't actually say my piece.
Yes, totally recommend this movie.
It's a fine
Very much
movie. It has a lot of it has things to say, which is nice.
Yeah.
It has things to say, and you are along for the ride while it says it. And after you're done, you're just like, did I really was this hour and 45-ish minutes wasted? Or do I need to sit down and watch it again?
I will, actually.
To see if I really did waste my time.
I will actually go back and watch this again because I love the aesthetic of the movie.
I thought you would.
Yes.
That's when I
There's
said
a lot of
you'd like
really
it.
good things about this movie.
Yeah. I thought you'd like the aesthetic.
I do wish I had a better memory of it, but again, 10-year-old Dan was not interested in a comedy drama, a dramedy.
Right? 10-year-old Dan was interested in boobs, liquor, and cigarettes.
At that point, it was playing outside, and the family's backyard was huge and wooded,
Poison ivy.
so I could get lost in it, and that was
That
cool.
is cool.
Brag.
I mean, that backyard is now like an acre and covered in other houses. Oh, I'm sad now. Oof. Never mind.
So I actually didn't watch this movie. I did watch one scene growing up, which was the haircut scene, and I couldn't understand why making bad haircuts into even worse haircuts made people happy, and so I stopped watching.
It's all about that individuality. As long as they didn't look like everyone else, and as long as they could be like, I have this and you don't, that's their life.
This is the only scene I had watched and didn't get any of the context up to that point. It's like, oh, okay, so he's doing odd jobs around town to try to fit in. Great. I understand this movie. I don't understand this movie, though. I'm just going to walk away.
Edward is very good at finding the natural shape in someone's hair most of the time. We're not going to make mention of the reverse mohawk or the gift box.
What about the bird? There was a goose hair.
I saw the goose hair. Goose hair was nice.
Yeah, that also will not need to be made mention. Thank you, Ken.
Like, he's making topiaries on people's head. Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
He's just good at topiaries, damn it. Leave him alone. That's what it comes
He's
down
very
to.
talented at making shapes. I'll give him that for sure.
Look at the hand that he maintained in front of his home.
True.
Well, that was us trimming our topiaries by watching Edward Scissorhands. If you like this podcast, subscribe. If you think we're a bunch of losers and should go home, we are home.
One other thing.
Joke's on you.
I really did like the paper, rock, scissors continuing joke.
Oh, yeah.
You want to play paper, rock, scissors? No, it's no fun when you always win.
Yep. I was going to say the one thing that really, I forgot to mention, the thing that made me chuckle and still makes me chuckle to this day is when she's first initially bringing him into town and he's all excited in the car and goes to point at something and she freaks out because scissor going right across her face. I love that. Anyways. Yeah.
At first, I thought the townsfolk would be like, they got a freak with scissors for hands. I was like, there's no way they could see it. Turns out, no, they're just like, oh, she's got a dude in her car. It's worth talking about. And yeah, I guess in the 1950s futuristic movie, they wouldn't actually have anything else to talk about. So let's go stand on the corner and have some fun. Have some chats. I like that. Like they all go and then the work day's done and they all like, oh, we got to go home now. And everyone breaks up. That was kind of a cool visual. Mm-hmm. A lot of neat stuff going on in this movie.
I do like movies like that get portrayed like humans basically working like worker ants, all leaving at the same time from the factory, all spooling out and spilling into the world and coming back. And I love that. I love that aesthetic.
And if you like the idea of congregating on the corner of the neighborhood to have a chat, that's kind of like what we're doing about movies. And the next one we will be congregating on the corner to chat about is your favorite movie from, when is it from, Ken?
1992.
1992, the Disney classic, Newsies.
Yes! I did what I had to do until I broke the will of that podcaster Joe. And the world will know.
Ken, can you bring this enthusiasm to Escape from LA? Can you make that happen next?
If they had songs that I grew up with in Escape from LA, absolutely.
Damn it.
But they don't.
Damn it. All right.
So come back next time when we rewind again.
I'm so excited. So excited.